Let's take a look at what's going on all over the world. Let's go take a look at X here. So let's talk about the big news here. Okay, there's a lot of news coming out right now. So the first thing I want to talk about is, let's talk about primarily what's happening, okay, with the war in Iran. It's pivotal and crucial that we go over what's happening with Iran, but also we'll go over the specific news too, okay? Just so we're not completely ignorant to what's happening in the world. Okay, so the first thing we'll go over here is, let's go over ADP, non-farm employment change, earlier this morning. News came out better than expected. Bullish for markets today, right? Very bullish for markets. So we could see a bullish, I would say, NFP too, right? Core retail sales, 0.5%. Retail sales, 6%. Okay, it's a little bit higher than expected. ISM manufacturing PMI, 5.27. Now, one thing I do want to keep in mind is NFP report is going to come out, right? And I think it's huge because obviously ADP gives us an idea of what's going to happen during NFP. NFP is still expected to come out, you know, somewhat higher than expected. Last month was terrible, which we knew the month of March was going to be bearish because of this here. Could we have a recovery in April? There's for sure a possibility here. Before I want to say 100% yes, we need to kind of keep in mind what's been happening all over the world here before I say yes, like we are 100% going to be bullish in April. You know what I mean? So let's kind of go over just some other things here that we can take a look at. Right now, the whole market's being kind of controlled by the whole Trump and Israel situation. And because of that happening, it's been 100% affecting the way the market moves. Not only the way that the market moves, but it's been affecting global trade, sentiment, everything kind of coming into play. So Let's take a look at what Dixie's doing here. Okay. Has my thesis or bias changed on Dixie at all? It hasn't. To be brutally honest, my thesis hasn't changed. I'm very much still bullish on Dixie. Dixie, yes, did a bigger pullback than I expected. A lot bigger than I expected. But very much on external structure, still bullish, right? With order flow happening here, this prediction came true. We hit just right below the 159 area. Pullback for an extension to the upside, most likely. When would my bias change here? My only time my bias would change here is if this happened. Okay. Is if we get a break of structure here. We get a break of structure here, anything below this zone, then I would say, hey guys, my bias is flipping. Okay. But until we get anything there, Dixie is very much bullish here, right? Very much bullish, 4 hour, 8 hour, very much bullish. I do believe we're going to have even a retracement here, swipe potential liquidity at this low, and then we're going to run to the upside. Now, a lot of this depends on, there's a big announcement happening today, right? Apparently, Trump is supposed to address the nation today. The problem with this here, Trump, just historically, we've been going over this on the VIP calls, is that Trump has been lying a lot of times and is single-handedly controlling the market anytime he calls any type of bullish movement. Because of that, and I don't blame Trump for lying. He needs to, I would say, almost. Trump needs to lie. The reason he needs to lie is because if not, the market would be in a complete free fall. So what I would say is this here, because this is all happening right now, okay, is that we're going to see markets 100% shift here completely in trend. If he announces any type of like fallback or lack of, I would say, cooperation with Iran. Now, has he done this in the past? 100%, right? He has, right? Trump has in the past. What has he done? Let's look it up right now.
This statement from the President of the United States just moments ago, it reads as follows. Iran's new regime president, much less radicalized and far more intelligent than his predecessors, has just asked the United States of America for a ceasefire. We will consider when Hormuz Strait is open, free and clear. Until then, we are blasting Iran into oblivion, or as they say, back to the Stone Ages. The President of the United States on social media just moments ago.
So I think he's talking about Masoud Pezeshkian, but to your point in the commercial break, he isn't new. He has been the president of Iran since 2024. On top of that, we did see the markets whipsaw yesterday off of this call the president had with one of his European counterparts saying we are open to ending the ceasefire, but reiterated what Iran would need to see to have a ceasefire. And what Iran wants to see will be absolutely non-starters by the United States. It's also important to note that Iran's president really has no influence, very limited influence on this regime. On top of that, the Iranian president's role is domestic economic policy. He is not going to be the one that decides the war should end.
So there's one component of this that keeps changing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's how dependent ending hostilities is on the situation with the Strait of Hormuz. So let's just go through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday together. So on Monday, the president said If the Hormuz Strait is not immediately open for business, we will conclude our lovely stand Iran by blowing up and completely obliterating all of their electric generating plants, oil wells and Karg Island, and possibly desalination plants. On Tuesday, the president said, "You'll have to start learning how to fight for yourself. The USA won't be there for you anymore, like you weren't there for us. Go get your own oil," which spoke to the reporting from the Wall Street Journal that maybe they'd end these hostilities in Iran without reopening the strait. And then it feels like this morning, Wednesday, we're closer to Monday than we are to Tuesday.
What do you do with this? Well, maybe you just focus on what's going on in the region. And frankly, every analyst and investor who's come on the show today has said, look at what is feasible. And it is infeasible for the U.S. to pull out, for this war to be over without the Strait of Hormuz being a passage of free flow for trade. And that's, I think, what a lot of people just keep focusing on.
Holy smokes. I just saw Wall Street.
Okay. So this is the problem that I'm seeing here, guys. I don't believe that this is going to be a peace deal. I don't believe that there is a I don't believe that there's going to be a ceasefire.
Put a toll on the Strait of Hormuz. So we're back to the Barbary. As you
And I've called almost every single bullshit lie that I would say the markets have told us. And it's just to capture retail. Why would there be a ceasefire in Iran, potentially, and why would they tell you about it? To get you to buy SPX, to get you to buy the S&P? I still think we're bearish. Technically, daily structure is still bearish. We haven't broken above structure. 12 hours, still bearish. 8 hours, still bearish. 4 hours, still bearish. 3 hour, still bearish. 2 hour, bearish. 1 hour, bearish. 30-minute, bearish. 15-minute, bearish. Not one chart, not one time frame. Not one fucking time frame tells you that SPX is bullish here. There's not a single fucking thing. Now, what I will tell you is this. There could be a swipe of liquidity that you want to watch out for. Specifically, external liquidity. External liquidity will be swiped here. Just keep that in mind. Okay, guys? Liquidity here on internal liquidity has been swiped here. And also here. Okay? Keep that in mind because I actually called this trade. I thought that it was going to go here. And we were then going to have a more dramatic fall. Okay? Was I wrong? A little bit. Not in the long term. Sometimes I'm not right, but not right at this current moment. Okay? This right here is pure manipulation. This whole run up is manipulation. This here, Trump says war is over. This over here, Iran says there's a peace deal coming, quote unquote. They say report there's a peace deal. Now this announcement is coming. I do not believe it when fundamentals say one thing. The news says bullish. Fundamentals says bearish. And technicals says bearish. There's a reason why retail always gets fucked. Okay? There's a reason why 99% of traders don't make fucking money. And it's because they listen to retail. They listen to support and resistance bullshit. They listen to all these retail guys telling them that they should be buying. When the fundamentals do not say anything. Nothing has changed. The Fed is still, in this point in time, guys, okay? In this point in time, the federal government is still not cutting rates until 2027, quote unquote. This is still bearish. Bearish. This is not bullish. This is very much bearish. If there's a pause on rates and a pause on the cycle, and I've been saying this for a very long time. I've been talking about 2026 being a bearish year since 2022. Okay? Anybody that's telling you that this is the reversal doesn't know what they're talking about. Okay? Now, could I be wrong? Of course I could be wrong. Let's say, dude, Black swan event. Iran says, hey, US, we surrender, we give up, which 95% chance unlikely. But let's say Iran says, we give up, we surrender, take our oil, take our weapons. US, you could just own us. Okay. And then Jerome Powell says, we're going to print money forever. And then the Federal Reserve says, we're going to start cutting rates this year again. Then this whole thing will recover to the moon. Okay. Screw all the technical analysis, screw all the fundamental analysis. But this is the thing that I don't like. The news is telling retail, we're bullish, guys. Trump is telling retail, we're bullish, guys. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. Fundamentals, they're not telling you, they're showing you we're bearish. Technicals are showing you we're bearish. Now, fundamentals and sentiment is most important, right? Sentiment does have a lot to do with geopolitics and news. But the thing I do not like about it is that Trump's been lying the last 3 weeks. I don't believe a single thing he says. I love Trump, but I mean, I know why he has to lie. He has to lie because if not, this whole market would have freefalled. Every major pullback has been Trump lying and mitigating that the war in Iran is doing great. This right here, he lied and said that it was over. Here he said that basically we're just about done. Here he says Iran wants a deal. Every single time Trump has said something, it's always been a pullback. So why would I believe him now? Makes zero sense. Okay. Now, again, my thought process behind all this. Could I be wrong? I could be. Iran's new regime president. I should probably get a Truth Social. Far more intelligent than his person. Just ask the United States for a ceasefire. We will consider when the Hormuz is open, free, and clear. Until then, we're blasting Iran into the oblivion, or as they say, back to the Stone Ages. President Donald J. Trump. Now, this is the problem. This is what I was trying to say to you. Okay, is Trump might want a ceasefire, but I don't think Israel is going to want a ceasefire. Now, this is what I will say to you guys here. Is the only way I'll be bullish on markets again, the only way, is if this could be a mitigation. This very much could be a mitigation area. See the order block here? Okay. And there's another order block that needs to be filled here. This could be a mitigation. Until I see a break of structure and a shift in momentum here on the daily, or even on external structure, which is the 4-hour, until we close below this zone, we're still bearish. Until SPX closes above, swipes liquidity even, but closes above structure, daily and 4-hour, we're still bearish on SPX. This is just a good pullback. Now, the announcement could swipe liquidity and then move us to the downside. This is what I'm kind of looking forward to see what Trump says here in about 30 minutes. Okay. US 30 looks somewhat bullish, you see? Daily looks bullish. I like US 30, the way it looks. That looks more bullish than SPX. NAS, 100% bearish. Looks like it's ready to create a new lower low. And where's that lower low going to take us? Huge possibility. We'll hit these lows. Right here. Okay. Russell, bearish. Bearish. ES futures bearish. NQ bearish. Gold volatility dying. It's actually somewhat bearish for gold usually. US bond market looks like it's pulled back. It looks like it's getting ready to rally again. See that? Let's look at oil here. Wow. We are at recessionary times right now. Oil above, closed above at 1.104. Does this look bearish to you guys? Does this look like the war is over to you guys? Comment in the chat. Does this look like the war is over to you guys? Does this price action look like the war is over? Does that look like the war is over, guys? Comment in the chat. Comment in the YouTube chat. I don't think so. All right, guys. I think oil will come here. This is swiping liquidity for sure. I might send it another buy signal here. It looks like it's an order flow. But I do believe we're bullish here with oil. Wow. Gold actually hit my stop. Shockingly. Swipe liquidity for sure. Next level external structure here. I haven't really been taking gold. I've been taking gold here and there. I took it on Tuesday's live session. Broke even. And then didn't take a look at it. I've been very calm recently, guys. I haven't been trading as heavy as hard just because I'm prepping for that flip challenge I'm looking to do in April. And that flip challenge that we're going to do in April is going to be April 6th. I'm going to start doing another flip challenge here. I'm taking $500 to 5,000 or 500 to 10,000. So I'm going to do another flip challenge here for everybody. So I've just been kind of prepping for that. Mentally, spiritually, all that. What I'm looking to do here, I mean, this is still technically bearish, but look at this. At least you could say this is a break of structure, you know? At least you could say that with gold. Even if it comes here and sells off more, at least you could say this is a break of structure. I could see it sell off from here. To be brutally honest, a buy would be something I'm not opposed to here. If we do have a pullback that high. Gold doesn't like to do that all the time. So I'll be honest, if I even see something here, I would consider looking for some potential buys. Let's look at the range here. Yeah. I see us pulling back here potentially. I don't want to buy anything though that's at least not pulling back to this zone here, you know? Then I would say, hey, like a scalp to the high. Oil coming lower. A lot of this, guys, is dependent also on like what? If Trump says we're out, USD CAD is for sure a buy. This looks good. I'm not gonna buy it today, like right now potentially. I'm gonna look at it tomorrow for a buy. Even though it might run, a lot of this is gonna be dependent on what? The news that Trump gives out, right? Even this here, liquidity sweep, selling zones coming with GU, right? Both sell zones here. AU, buy zone, potential sell zone, trading within sessions here. Total crypto holding that zone. Ironically. Call the sell here, call the sell here, call the sell here, and I'm looking to call another sell potentially. Wait for a swipe of liquidity first. Here. Then potential sells. But I think we might even go back up to 71 depending on what Trump says. A lot of this, guys, very dependent on what Trump says, dude. This thing looks like it mitigated and then now is going to sell off. Video looks like it's about to mitigate and sell off. Apple looks okay. Amazon looks like it's seen better days. Did it break weekly structure? That's not good. Amazon breaking weekly structure is not good. Holy shoot. When was the last time you did that? When was the last time Amazon? Okay, we can look at it. The last time Amazon broke weekly structure. Take a look at it. What were the dates? Right? Last time Amazon broke weekly structure, it was 2021. See that sell-off? Weekly structure break. A bullish weekly structure break was here. And then we rallied. You could even argue this impulse move with the structure break was a massive rally. And we've been in a rally since. We haven't had a weekly structure break to the low in a very long time. Until now. That could only mean one thing. We are either in order flow or a massive move to the downside. Regardless, either way, price is going to reject, come back up, and sell off. That's what we should expect, right? Google's around an indecision. This isn't too bad. Meta. Other pairs, Tesla looks like a good buy. They look way better. Microsoft looks like it's about to break structure here soon. This is bad for Microsoft. Holy shit. I'm sorry for my language, guys. Down 36%. This looks like it's about to break structure for sure. See this? Holy God. I personally do not like this. This looks like let's monitor this here. I'm going to set an alert for Microsoft. Because if we do have closes below, I'm going to wait for a pullback and sell the shit out of Microsoft. Coinbase looks okay. All right, guys. The announcement is in 15 minutes, so I'll see you guys in 15 minutes. I don't know what's going to happen. We don't really know. Trump can straight lie to the world and then move markets to the upside, which is a possibility. Swiping all of the external liquidity here. And markets do one big wick like it did here. That could happen today. Or he could say the Iran war is over, and then bang, tomorrow there's bombs that drop. You know? The one thing I don't understand is why is he sending troops still if the Iran war is over?
We have a country that's not going to be throwing a new.
The first one that affects Americans here at home, gas prices. Today they hit $4.
We have $4, yeah, and we have a country that's not going to be throwing a nuclear weapon at us in
Of
6
course,
months.
but Americans are feeling the effects in the interim.
And they're also feeling a lot safer.
What is the plan to
Yo, bro, I can't stop laughing, bro.
All I have to do is leave Iran, and we'll be doing that very soon. And they'll become tumbling down, and stock prices were up today.
I'm not gonna lie, he's a genius. He is a genius at like reframing, because like the reality is like let's be real, like he's, you know, like like, you know, like let's be honest here, like they're trying to catch him in the, he's just a great reframer. It's hilarious.
We don't need it. We don't need it at all. The amazing thing is we don't need the Hormuz Strait. We don't need it. We don't need it at all. We have so much oil. Our country is not affected by this. We have twice the amount of oil as Saudi Arabia or Russia, and soon it'll be 3 times the amount. The amazing thing is we don't need the Hormuz.
He's not lying. With Venezuela and Cuba now basically about to become puppet states, the U.S. has enough oil. What Trump doesn't understand, well, he does understand this, and this is what everybody understands, is that America is very sensitive also to global trade, like Japan, and also the Middle East. And he cannot piss off its investors, specifically the Middle East, either, because they have so much investment in the U.S. stock market. So even though we don't need the oil, we kind of do need the oil, and we need the peace in the Middle East, right? So I'm very interested. I'm going to be watching it, guys. I will see you guys on there. I am going to hop off here, but I will be seeing Trump's speech. And I'm most likely just waiting for that swipe of liquidity, to be honest. And then if I do see a swipe of liquidity, I'll probably start selling tonight. If he says that it's 100% over, everything's done, and we see closes above structure, then I'll be like, okay, it's all right. I'll take a little L. It's fine. You know? But if I do take a little L, it's fine regardless, because let's say somehow through some miracle this thing is over, which I do not believe, but let's say the 10% of me says that it's over and it's done, and that percentage happens, it's fine. What are we doing? We're looking for a pullback. We look for a pullback, we'll look for buy, and we're going to look for record buying times, okay, in the market. We'll look for record highs because we're going to go back to all-time highs, right? And what kind of gain are we going to look for that? We're going to look at a crazy gain of like about 7 to 10%, and on other assets about 10 to 20. So appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll talk to y'all.